So I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty pissed because I went through, I completed the new Warzone Easter egg on hard. I think I was the world's first person to do it. I have a video up of it, of the full playthrough on my second channel, and they just went and made it way easier. So what they did here is they increased the amount of hijack contracts to 10. You now only have to do 3 instead of 6, and the amount of time it takes is 60 seconds, not 90. Now it's not even a challenge, but anyway, I'll show you how I did it anyway, the secrets that I found inside. This was the original video. I'm pissed. So I'm pretty sure we were the world's first team to do this. We did it. Let's go, boys.
Satellite weapon systems are fired for full effect. No more enemy threats. Stadium is open.
Get ready to fight, too. However, it was not easy. If you'd like to see the full VOD of how we unlocked it, what we found inside and everything like that, there'll be a link to my second channel down in the description. You can go subscribe over there. That's where I have kind of like all my live videos and everything like that. However, in this video, I am going to show you the easiest, I guess, way to possibly do this, but it really is not that easy. Plus, once you're inside the stadium, there's a weapon blueprint you can earn. On top of that, there are multiple Easter eggs that we are yet to complete, and I don't think will get completed until next week. I could be wrong. There could be someone crazy out there who does it, but you'll see why it is so difficult to actually complete those. But for now, this video is going to show you how to get inside the stadium and some of the secrets that are inside once you do. So first things first, we need to talk modes. What mode are you going to play to do this? So it can either be in Battle Royale, casuals, or regular Battle Royale. I am going to be shocked if anyone does this in regular Battle Royale, because somehow you have to have another team essentially cooperating with you. So we did this in Battle Royale casual quads, and it's much easier if you have a full team working together. So the way that we did this is as you drop in at the beginning of the game, one person on your team get a helicopter, the other 3 go to a completely separate helicopter. Now, eventually, as you drop in, you are going to get a new contract that isn't normally in game. Now, these are called satellite contract drops. They quite literally fall from the sky, and only 6 of them spawn into the game, which means if a team picks one up and does not complete it, or rides it out, or they die, a new one will spawn, or you just won't be able to complete this. The other hard part about this is oftentimes Stadium just won't be in the zone, so that doesn't work either. Now, once you pick up one of the supply drop contracts, it's going to send you to an area on the map. It is going to be highlighted like the big yellow satellite dish that you are seeing there. You're gonna have someone fly down to it and pick it up, and once you pick up this contract, all your team has to do is kill one person. Now, you can do this not against bots, but it is much easier against bots. Once your teammate kills someone, they will then drop another piece of information that your team must pick up. So you can see here, I get shot at by a bot. Thankfully, it is a bot because I only have a pistol. I turn around, kill him, and when I do, he ends up dropping another piece of the satellite intel. Now this one then drops on the ground, and it sends me to a completely different location. This is why the helicopters are pretty much necessary in order to do this in time. So one of your teammates has to go to that next location. So this one happens to be on top of Firehouse, and activate that next satellite station. When your team activates it, it gives you a zone that you have to stay in, similar to a recon contract, for a limited amount of time. The more of your teammates that are in it, the faster it goes. So the way that we did it is we tried to have all 4 team members stay within the given area till about halfway. Then I would leave and go to the next satellite contract. Now, here is why this is important. To successfully open the stadium, 6 of these entire contracts have to be activated and completed. You can actually see the number of them that have been activated and completed up in the top right-hand corner, along with your kills and everything like that. Each of these takes about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how quick you are, how many teammates are on that zone at the very end. So you need to be doing these as quickly as possible. And even when you are doing them as quickly as possible, you will also need an enemy team to at least do one of these, preferably 2. If they don't do 2, then you're cutting it extremely close. But if they do 2, then if your team does 4, this is completely possible. That is the way that we were able to do this. Before we go any further, I just really want to quickly get this off my chest. This contract and this way of opening Stadium might be the dumbest way possible to do this. The reason why I say that is, number one, it requires an enemy team to do something. It is quite literally nearly impossible to do this all yourself. As one person, I think it is impossible. As a group of 4, quite literally nearly impossible. Doing this in a regular battle royale outside of bots, I don't know how anyone is going to do that, because you're never going to get in a game where each team picks up the contract and is able to do it without getting killed or anything going wrong. It is incredibly frustrating to do this alone, let alone the zone might get pulled away from Stadium. Now, once you do open Stadium up, I believe that the zone will always finish on Stadium. Speaking of which, this is what happens when you do. So the satellite hijack becomes complete, and then you will get a 20-second countdown timer before the giant space laser blows a hole in the roof. Now, this is where things get even more complicated, because at this point, everyone in the lobby is going to start going towards Stadium, and there's going to be a giant fight here. This is exactly what happened to us, which makes doing any further Easter eggs after this very difficult. But there's a reason why being the first team there is important, because like in DMZ, if you've ever played that, inside the Stadium, there is a weapon case. Now, my team went in first because I wanted to get a good screenshot and video of the kind of bomb or laser going off. But right in the middle, next to the missile, there is a weapon case laying on the ground. When your team picks it up, your team has to survive for 1 minute and 30 seconds holding that weapon crate. You do not have to exfil, you do not have to do anything of the sort. You pick it up, and then all you have to do is survive for that period of time. Now, there is definitely a lot going on here with the story of this. There is a giant missile in the middle of Stadium. This is a different faction than we've ever seen before in a Call of Duty game. I'm guessing this somehow ties into Black Ops 7. The reason why I say that is because if you look at the monitors, there's a logo that we've never seen before, and we're right around the corner from the reveal of essentially the campaign of Black Ops 7. There's a missile here. We essentially don't know what's going on, as well as lasers coming from outer space. So all of that combined together is why I tend to believe that that is what's going on here, something to do with that. Now, as I mentioned before, this becomes very difficult, as once you complete this, everyone goes to this area. Now, next week, Stadium is going to be permanently opened up, and things will become a little bit more achievable. But let's say, for example, you do stay alive for the 1 minute and 30 seconds after you have already opened up the Stadium. You are awarded with an LMG blueprint, the one that you are seeing here. However, here's the thing. This isn't the end of the Easter eggs in this area. There's still more that you can actually find. One thing that in this building that I am in right now that you can find laying just kind of on the middle of nowhere is a purple electrician's bag. Now, when we found this, we had no idea what this is for. However, when everyone else was dead, Iceberg stayed alive, and he found a couple things in the VIP level. Number one was a sparking electricity box that when he got near it actually shocked him like a shock stick, but I'm assuming you can use the electrician's bag on this. There was also one on the main level as well, where people would go to like the concession stands and things like that. So we did find 2 of those, but he also found something else, and that was a key card. Now, I'm assuming that these can only be found in orange boxes within the Stadium, and this is specifically the EL21 key card. Here's what's interesting, is these were actually used on the Stadium Easter egg a long time ago. The electrician bags were never a thing that was used within Stadium. So for this, on the VIP level, there is a door that is not covered by a barricade. There's a keypad beside that, which you can end up using this key card on. There also used to be a different key card which you could find inside Stadium, which could then be used inside the parking garage area of Stadium to get access to an exact same room like this one. One of the monitors monitors would give you some of the codes for the VIP room, whereas the other monitor would give you the other numbers for the VIP room. What I mean by that is you'll see on the screen here that there is a 8-digit code given to you, some with symbols, some with numbers, and obviously we don't know what the symbols mean yet. On top of that, in that top level, the 3rd level of Stadium, there is a VIP room, which has a key pass, which needs 8 numbers to eventually get inside. So you can kind of see how that one will be eventually unlocked. However, I have no idea what the electrician bag's for, and maybe it has something to do with launching that missile in the middle of the stadium. Now, I'm willing to bet that there are some more secrets to do with Stadium that are yet to be found because, well, even when we did open it up, there was a very limited amount of time we could be inside and all of the teams rushed it. It's extremely chaotic, but next week it will be open for good. You will not have to do that first Easter egg that I showed you the contract for in the beginning to actually get inside here, which means we'll have more time to actually try to figure out these Easter eggs. So if you want to stay up to date on everything like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'm very curious to see where this goes, and I have a feeling it might have something to do with Black Ops 7, which the reveal is right around the corner on August 19th. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it informative. If you want to watch the full VOD of us unlocking it and all of the live action, check out the link down in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.
We are